Biba, roll number 105, and I'm going to explain the term colonial aphasia and how it is an extension of post-colonial literature. Have you ever noticed how some countries seem to completely forget the harm they caused during colonialism just because they are in power? Well, there's actually a term for it, and it's called colonial aphasia. Colonial aphasia isn't just simply forgetting something, it's something much more active than that. It's when a society, its government, schools, or institutions loses the ability to honestly talk about the violence of its colonial past. Not because people don't know about it, but because the whole system is built to avoid it. The term colonial aphasia was coined by an American scholar named N. Laura Stoller in her 2016 book. She was studying how countries like France, which had massive empires, would downplay or erase their imperial history. She compared it to aphasia. Aphasia is a medical condition where someone loses the ability to speak. It means they remember something, but they don't know how to speak about it. They are paralyzed just to that specific something. Except here, the entire nation loses the ability to speak honestly about what they did. They don't acknowledge their mistake, they just own it. So, what does this actually look like in real life? If we talk about the characteristics, a few things are to be noticed. First, the colonial atrocities simply don't appear in school textbooks, but the stories about how colonizers civilized people do exist. Second, the poverty and the inequality we see today get treated as just the way things are, completely disconnected from the theft and exploitation that created them. And thirdly, and lastly, colonial violence gets renamed in official documents. The massacres that happened that become pacification missions means they happen to civilize a nation. They overshadow the destruction they caused due to that massacres. And finally, this gets passed down through schools, museums, and legal system where there is no accountability. So every new generation observes the silence as normal. Means they are just normalizing it. Why does this matter? Because colonial aphasia does real work. It shuts down conversations about reparations. It makes structural racism seems natural rather than deliberate. It also protects the powerful by erasing the victims. They get rid of the evidence that will justify how they exploited a whole nation. But it blocks any genuine reconciliation. You can't heal from something a society refuses to even name. If we don't acknowledge the exploitation that happened during colonization, we won't be able to move on from it. We won't be able to make any progress. If we talk about any historical examples, they are everywhere. Britain literally destroyed colonial documents before leaving its territories. France didn't officially call the Algerian War a war until 1999. Belgium kept 10 million deaths in the Congo hidden from public consciousness for decades. And just like that, the UK still largely teaches its empire as a force for good. Means whatever they did in a process of civilizing a nation that they think, but it was actually just outrage, massacres, and exploitation of nations that were vulnerable. So, colonial aphasia isn't about the past, it's about who controls the story right now. And honestly, the countries that are in power are the ones writing the whole history. That's it about my topic.